Okay, we're actually.
Can you actually hear me this time? You can actually hear me this time? All right. Cool.
Yes, I
Hi.
remember.
Hey everybody. My name is Alphena. We did Birth by Sleep for you guys back on Saturday, and you guys got to see Tara, and they needed some fill-in. So hi, you guys get to see Aqua this time. Alec was very kind. At last minute, anybody who was paying attention to the chat got to see the, hey, will you come be my commentator?
Yeah. And then my dad, as it turns out, is willing to do a taco run without me. So I'm getting tacos in a bit, probably towards the end of the run. And otherwise, I'm here. I am not terribly familiar with this game. My main memory associated with it is the bid war between Ventus and I believe it was Aqua at the very first limit break. So
that was a good bid war.
Shows you how much I actually know.
It's fine. It's fine. I can do all this on my own. So time will actually start when we select Aqua. So let me get us set up there. I just need somebody to bounce stuff off of because I have not slept well in a couple days. So it's gonna be great.
Yeah. No, I mean I was also just rushed setting up my DS in case they wanted my flavor, which is significantly shorter.
Yeah.
These things happen at events.
Yep. I thought about, hey, maybe I could do Cthulhu, but I was like, you know what? I don't know if I have the brain power to deal with the insanity of Cthulhu. So, all right. So, time's gonna start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So you guys saw Tara, for those of you who were here on... Oh, that's gonna be on my side. I tried to fix it, but that means that I'm gonna try and fix it again here in a second. I know what it is. Hi, welcome to my capture card that doesn't like anybody else.
So we have technical difficulties upon technical difficulties. Yeah, this is definitely an online event.
Where is the missing... I just gotta get through orbs and then I can fix it, so just give me a moment. The best part is I play off of the capture card, and it's not desynced at all for me. But it does for some reason to live, and I basically have no way to prove whether or not it is or isn't until I'm live.
Technology, everyone. Isn't it great?
I am so beyond used to this with my own stream, at least, where it's like, yeah, I know what it is, and I can fix it right after orbs is done. So the faster we get orbs done, the sooner we can get these things fixed. Don't mind me complaining about orbs, that's constant. Alright. I have... Second... This button. I know, don't ask questions, it's fine. That should fix it. I don't know why it does that, but welcome to, you know, Technical Difficulties 101.
I mean, my DS has interference only when, or on the line out only when I am, oh, what is it? It only has audio interference when I am, when I have the DS capture software open.
Oh, of course. But quick talk about the game. So like I said, you guys got to see Tara on Saturday, and Tara is completely physically based. Aqua is complete magic based. So they definitely have very different playstyles. And also those of you who were here for that noticed that Tara got to dash around, and Aqua does cartwheels. Lots and lots of cartwheels. So she actually moves a shorter amount of distance per cartwheel versus Tara's dash. And it actually makes things a little bit harder to control, so... It's fun. It's not, but it's fun. We're picking up some very strategic chests. Yes, I do want high potions. They're worth money. This one, thinking about it. We're also being joined by my cat, but you guys can't see that.
Hi, Mew.
She's trying to lay on my hands, which is making this great.
Classic cat. But that means they love you.
Right. She also wants me to stop what I'm doing.
Yup.
So we're getting ready for this escort mission that we're about to have. They each have a different escort mission. And to do Aqua's, we got Barrier Surge in our menu, and you can see I have it. Wow, come on, talk to the person. I have it as the command that's selected, because we're gonna basically use it immediately. To try to bully some shadows into being kind and getting out of our way. If we do this correctly, we actually end up with nothing else spawning for the entire time. I don't think I did, so it's fine. You also have, it's a kind of luck-based thing. You just kind of hold this guy here out of the way. Nope.
I love triggers like that, where it's like a little bit inscrutable.
So, this was originally developed for the PSP, and there was kind of limits to how much the PSP could do. You, I really need you to not. And one of the biggest issues that the PSP had that they were trying to deal with in this game was how many enemies could be on screen at one time. These two are jerks. And so you kind of end up in these situations where if certain groups aren't cleared, it keeps it from spawning other groups. And so you can kind of get away with bullying some of them out of the way so that it lists as that group is still not cleared, and therefore the next group can't spawn. In general, we're not really going to worry about it. You only see that in Aqua in that fight.
But I'm sure there are plenty of other shenanigans.
Oh, plenty. This game is full of shenanigans, including the whether or not the game loves you enough to let you do the things you want to do.
Yup.
Please tell me I did that right. Okay. So we wanted to go into Spellweaver here, which it is possible to go into something that's not Spellweaver, and it's a lot slower. The benefit of Spellweaver is it actually, you can see, was causing the Curse Coach to get a little stunned. We like stun locks.
Stun locks are good.
I'm pretty sure I'm not going back into Spellweaver. Yep, this is the other one. This is not going to give me the stun locks. It's fine. Because we still defeated him, so everything's fine. Everything's fine. I have tried to give the cat her own controller before. She doesn't want the controller, she wants my hands.
Yup.
Alright, Brain. Magic mirrors right there in Dwarven Woodlands. Go to the right place. This has been an issue for me lately, and I don't know why. Alright, so we're gonna come over here and grab a chest. Yeah, this is... Birth by Sleep has its own list of shenanigans, including hey, are you gonna get the drops that you want?
Yeah, I do remember when you made Kios run this a little bit. That
somebody else paid for Kios to run it. I just promised to get him through it.
Okay. I wonder who paid for it then. I don't know. I'll ask.
If you ask me when I'm awake, ask me when I'm a little bit more awake and I will remember.
I know that feeling.
Are any of the 3 beginner friendly? I would say actually overall all 3 are very beginner friendly. Personally, I think I almost missed that. I think Terra is actually the most beginner friendly of the runs, but really any of them are, because you can get through all of the things that you need to do. And of course, there's all sorts of guides and tutorials out there. I'm always willing to help people learn this run. I've gotten people who've never played this game through the run, like we were talking about our friend Kios, has done a run of each of the 3. And I got him through, so he actually finished all 3 runs. Aqua does have some of the hardest movement issues that can kind of get a little frustrating.
Yeah, I saw some of that aerial technique there with the jumping.
Yeah, is it
related to that, or is it other stuff?
It's other stuff, because that one, there's another trick that I would tell people to do while they're learning. And only try the barrier surge style once you've gotten pretty good at it and you ready for it. It is definitely not the like starter strat. It is the you're saving time and trying to cut every second you can strat. I think any of us who've done speedruns understand there's a difference between the strat you learn when you start out and the strat that you learn when you're, grinding every second you can save.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a case of there are a few cases like that in Mass Effect that I just ran, and a bunch of them in like Final Fantasy XII and the Sonic games that I run. Yeah. And from New Super Mario Brothers for the DS, which I'm retired from.
But absolutely, you can learn any of them. But like I said, the issue that you're going to run into with Aqua is actually towards the late game. This is just a fight gone wrong because I actually didn't prep for it correctly. This is on me. This is very, very slow. There we go. What I actually run into with Aqua speedrunning is towards the very end when we're going to go to avoid tornadoes and we don't want to hit any of them and you have to dance around them. If you aren't ready to control Aqua's cartwheels very tightly, it's really challenging. I'm gonna make it look easy, I know, because I've done it a million times.
So I'm guessing it has to do with how long it takes between cartwheels to update your vector, the way you're going. Is that one of the harder things to do?
So what you're actually doing, when you do this stuff right, and it's very hard for me to kind of put this into words when you talk about something that like you understand the feel of, and after a while you get the feel of it right. I know my model does not help with this software. It looks like I'm mashing. I'm not. I am not mashing. There's kind of a rhythm to it. So that you're doing the next cartwheel at the right spot. And that allows you to kind of control that movement a lot better.
Okay, so that makes sense to me. Like where rhythm has a big part of how fast you actually go. Yeah.
And it looks like mashing. It's just like people who run Final Fantasy 15 will tell you that, did I sell? Okay, I didn't. Okay. Don't worry about me, I'm fine. I'm just, thinking I'm selling stuff I don't need to be selling. It's fine. There's a lot of stuff like in Birth by Sleep speedrunning that once you know the feel of it, it's like, yeah, I can explain how to do that, kinda. But that trick that you just saw there, that going into Terra's D-Link and into the use the sliding dash there, you kind of use that to get that chest that I did with I didn't fix this menu. Nor did I buy. Huh. Huh. Alright. We're definitely gonna be low on command XP. Probably low on character XP. I am coming up with backup plans in my head right now. Can't go into D-Link because I did the movement correctly. And I don't know if I can go back where I want to go back. This happens to me more often than it really should. I make mistakes and then I have to come up with new strats. The beautiful thing is once you've done a run or two, you're well aware that there is nothing in Birth by Sleep speedrunning that you can't recover from.
It's nice when games are like that.
Yeah, there's the thing with Birth by Sleep speedrunning that I tell everybody is you're gonna learn the strats that we tell you, hey, this is the best practice, but the other side of it is there's 20 other ways to do it, and you kind of need to know them all because the only thing we can really tell you for strats is when everything goes right, and this is Birth by Sleep, everything will go wrong. And that's not just you're going to make mistakes, it's sometimes the game will basically look at you, laugh maniacally, and do whatever it wants anyway.
So that kind of sums up my experience with Final Fantasy XII. Got it.
Yeah. That's why I actually love Final Fantasy XII speedrunners, because I know that even though I've never done like the PS2 version of the run, I have done the PS4 version, Meembo, but people who've done like Final Fantasy XII PS2 and then people who've done Birth by Sleep, we all understand what it means when our game loves us and hates us at the same time.
Yeah. It's like, oh, this fight went really well, but it didn't give you a chance to get that one thing that you have to do in the middle of the fight or something like that.
Yep. Also, I'd also like to point out, I saw there was some stuff in chat that people who played on Crit. My favorite game series is Kingdom Hearts. That is really no secret amongst anyone who knows me. I do not play them on Crit. I have no interest in playing them on Crit. And I will never judge somebody for not playing stuff on a hardest difficulty. I'm not saying that you are, it's just that's one of those things that I've had a lot of people like, so when are you doing this on Crit? I won't be. It's just not an interest for me.
And I get that. Like, one of the things that has happened to me in Sonic speedrunning is I've found that when some of the techniques have gotten so advanced in some games, where it's like, yeah, I'm going to learn a lot of this stuff, but I'm not going to grind these runs. I'd almost rather, if I'm going to grind something, do glitchless. And that's kind of what I've done for Mania lately.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun,
I even know
too.
people that don't find it that challenging. I know people who love Crit. They love the challenge of it. I've done some amount of Crit to just see what it was like. It's just not... It doesn't hold interest for me.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, like, no hate to the people that love Crit. At all. Love what you're gonna love. But it's personally just not an interest.
Well, casual play and speedruns can be quite closely related in terms of what you enjoy. Not always, because sometimes things that you learn about a game casually just turn to poison when they are put into a speedrunning context. Or vice versa. Like, the game that I offered was Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis for the Game Boy Advance, which is an absolutely horrendous port for the Game Boy and of the original, and it's fun when you speedrun it. It's a terrible casual game, though, unless you just want to play it for 5 minutes and laugh at how bad it is.
And I haven't done crit speedruns because of my lack of interest in crit casual. Yeah. But
it just depends on what you
watching
enjoy doing. Yeah, like
I love watching them. It's
I'll
just not
absolutely
for me.
watch many runs that I do not ever intend to do.
Yeah.
You find what you want to do, you find what you enjoy, and that's how you have a good time with the hobby.
Yep. I'm sorry if it seems like I'm like attacking somebody at all for making the comments. It's just I run into it. I get it so much.
Well, these enemies aren't having a good time.
No, I'm farming enemies that I don't usually farm because I knew that right there. I saw those magnets just hit level 2. Because we need to level these up. Because we're gonna need to meld them. And I know because I forgot to go shopping at the right time that everything's basically behind and I'm just kind of making some stuff up real quick. And then I'm trying to see if I can get that right there, level 4. That's gonna make this next fight a little bit easier. Alright, so then we're gonna do a menu here. So in Birth by Sleep, you do a lot of command melding as well as a lot of this is right? Oh yeah, we were hoping for a second. Alright. Sorry, we do a lot of command melding as well as keeping up with where our levels are. So we need to pay attention to our command levels, and we need to pay attention to our actual XP. I'll be kind of looking at both as we continue through. And that's why shopping at the right point, doing menus at the right point, and everything like that. But yeah.
Because you need the right things at the right time.
Pretty
Otherwise,
much.
The plan does not go according to Keikaku.
Now, I have done enough mistakes in this run, from either not understanding things correctly, to, as you can probably guess, forgetting things, that I am ready for absolutely anything and everything to go wrong. Ooh, I'm not in the right spot. I'm on the wrong side of her butt. Thank you. So being on this side of her butt is safe. Being on the other side of her butt, you still have a chance of getting hit. I don't want to get hit. My goal is to take as little damage as possible because we are level 4. Now, we took level 4 because it increased our magic, so it means we do a little bit more damage. But we still have level 4 health. A lot of things that we're going to do in this run in different spots is a lot of, I don't want to get hit, so how do I keep myself from getting hit? Because I probably can't take too many. The bubbles right now are just to do some chip damage. I'm very likely not going to hit with, like, any of them, but I can't hit with anything else, so might as well try, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ow. So, in this game, you can use D-Links as kind of an emergency heal button. There's a current problem. There's a guy hanging out here with me. His name is Philip. He's not really doing anything useful. However, because Philip is here, I cannot use the D-Link. You cannot use a D-Link if you have another person in the fight with you. This will come up later. So, right now, I'm kind of a little at the whims of, do not get hit again, you will probably die. So yeah, the game not giving me the correct command style, that means I messed up. That is 100% controllable. I make those mistakes a lot because I don't pay attention. Yep, 100%. I don't pay attention.
You don't what?
I don't pay attention at all. Nope.
Oh, sorry, I missed that.
Yeah. And then the other thing is yeah, the game can give you can either give you the drops that you want or not give you the drops that you want. We've already seen the game going no on drops because we didn't get a second fleeting crystal for our magic haste. It's fine. I don't like it, but it's fine. And I don't really feel like the game cheats about like AI, because there's different things that we can kind of do to manipulate the AI.
Gotcha. Take that.
Game, please. Game. By the way, my most hated enemy in this entire game are mandrakes. Those little dudes right there. If I could remove them from the game, I probably would.
The timing on those is perfect, too. On their part.
There's ways to manipulate that AI. I know how, and I will still do it wrong every single time. Really to the which part, because I will happily elaborate, but by the time I catch chat, which reference that came in at is lost to me. I did a lot of explaining of Birth by Sleep on Saturday. I'm also definitely low on sleep, so I'm a lot more conversational than explanation kind of stuff.
Hence me being here.
If you weren't here, it's very likely I'd be sitting here quietly and trying to do this run, and nobody wants that.
Yeah, most people aren't able to just talk and talk and talk ad nauseum. I'm not one of those people.
I can sometimes, but I have to usually be a little bit more awake. Hey, we bought some time back. The AI is manipulable. Sometimes it requires you basically putting yourself in a moment of danger. You'll see a lot of that in Vanitas fights, especially. But yeah, I basically am gonna make the AI do whatever I want. Chateau, because I would like to buy some things. So most people grab the Mind Square chest back there. I end up forgetting to equip Mind Square more often than not, so I stopped buying it. First, yeah, I stopped grabbing it. I was like, well, why am I grabbing this thing that I don't remember that I have, and then I'm wasting like 30 seconds of my time. Alright, so now we're going to equip this thing here. We're going to take a magnet, and we're going to take an arrow. We're going to take that abounding crystal that we just farmed off those mandrakes to give us an ability. We don't really care about the ability itself. We care about that thing that says XP Walker. So now every
like
step
we
take, every step we take is going to give us XP. Not command XP, but XP.
Alright, in that case, I'm gonna go for a walk. I'll be right back, but I'll get you some XP.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So all of these cartwheels are helping us level up. One other thing we're gonna do here, I'm actually not gonna do it on that screen, because I don't like those guys. I know, that sounds really rude, but I'm kind of also watching what enemies I'm about to farm here for a second, based on what I know that they have a tendency to drop, so that I can maintain my dealing at a high level. I don't have to go do anything extra to recharge it.
And the reason I laughed just there is because I know I'm going to be popping out for a minute fairly soon and grabbing tacos, hence the taco percent.
You wanna bring me back a taco? That would be absolutely lovely.
I would love to. If I can throw one as far as 2,000 or so miles, however far it is, I'll do that. It might take a while,
Like that.
and it might be a bit frozen by the time it gets there.
We're not getting good drops. But yeah, I actually was supposed to eat dinner, and I was like, yeah, I will come do this run and eat afterward. It's fine. Alright, we're gonna grab this, we're gonna do this, because so you can get 2 D-Link levels without having gone out of D-Link and back into it. I say you can. It reduces it to about a 1% chance. Anybody I know who does any amount of speedrunning does not like things that are a 1% chance. But now we've got Mickey to level 2.
It's
so when you
just
level
enough
up
to be annoying if it's a bad thing, and so low that if you need it to go in your favor,
Right.
Oh boy.
When you could just, reset it back to your normal percent chance, which I forget what that is, by just, like, leaving it and coming back into it. So, when you level up D-Links by grabbing the little drops, yep, it's completely drop dependent. This is, again, why we love and hate this game. You get you get abilities based off of when you're using it, but you also get new things in their command deck. The reason we care about Mickey is, if you're looking over there at the side as I do this, you'll see that Mickey gave us auto teleport and then double XP. Double XP, doesn't that sound nice? Since we also added something that makes us get XP by walking. Like, clearly that's something we care about.
You're going to be running past a ton of enemies if you can anyway, so yeah, that's great for a speed run.
The
Makes
other
perfect sense.
thing is it gives us an ability in Mickey's command set deck that's called Sign of Faith. Now, if you're watching as I'm using Sign of Faith, it goes really quickly and just kind of deletes everything. Which, again, those of us who think about speedrunning, we like going fast, and we like things dying in a quick second. I'm going out of D-Link, in and out, because that resets it, so I don't have to wait for the cooldown. Because it's got a long cooldown. It's a powerful ability. Of course it does. But as long as I keep getting these little blue drops, we're going to be able to keep going in and out as much as we want, and everything's fine. But I did
sounds
melt
like a big if.
Yeah, I do make some mistakes occasionally, like that one. But overall, I've got this manipulated to a science. Actually, we've gotten all of the drops we needed, just nobody has seen it. I haven't called attention to the drops in particular.
It's good though. We take those.
Yeah. Hello. Pick up the drops, please. I did meld some fires into some fire-us a little bit ago. Don't get fully out of this, please. Oh, did not pay attention to the enemies I had available. It's okay, we'll reset the room anyway. So we're going to... This guy, please. That'll give me everything. The Keyblade that I'm currently using has me on an increased chance for crits. So if I have to do a little bit of farming outside of the Mickey, I'm likely to just kill everything really quickly. It's part of why we do this. You can tell when I have to stop and think to talk because I hit the wrong directions. Did you not pick up the drops, Aqua? We talked about this. that should be leveled up Fyras. We needed the Fyras to hit level 3 because they have magic haste applied to them from that earlier meld. So now that means that we're going to constantly have that magic haste applied to us. So now we're going to take these fires that we were leveling with the Fyras that we were leveling and make Fyraga. Anybody who's played enough various Final Fantasies know that you go Fire, Fyra, Fyraga. And these are just making stronger and stronger spells. And so we've got some Magneras, some Fyragas, we got a Fission Fyraga, which does an extra explosion. We are now very powerful, and now we're going to go back to what we were doing.
And if I recall correctly, Magnera is primarily a control mechanic, right?
Yes, but it also does do damage for the things that are trapped in it. So it does help us out. But it allows me to very much control. The biggest thing is, yes, it allows me to control where things are hanging out, so I can be like, haha, you stay right here while I destroy you.
You will stay in the fire and you will not enjoy it, and I won't care.
Now that said, there are things in this game that are immune to magnet. They will not be controlled, and we will run into some of those. Including like this boss, but bosses you kind of expect that. But there are other enemies in the game that don't care about magnet. The secret with this boss, you must defeat his feet first. Sir. Nope, that's not his feet. Let's defeat the feet. You can actually get everything else to the point where he's got only like 1 hit point left. And because the feet are still alive, you can't do anything else.
I wonder if that's an intended design mechanic or what, then.
I think so, because you also have to then defeat the arm second, and then the head last. You actually have to do them in order.
Okay. Yeah, so it probably is that.
So like right here, you can see I'm using magnet. It's purely to give me a little bit of extra damage, because it's just a little dot basically sitting on top of it. And it allows me to kind of stay in safety until I get greedy. I am well aware that I am my own problem 90% of the time.
So, as a shout out to Mutsky, it's no surprise to me, I am my own worst enemy.
Yeah. So
Well, that's a bit less punk.
Yeah.
Still pop rock.
We all in this game hate Vanitas. If you disagree, then you were not paying attention to the story. We all hate Vanitas.
Is that how they pronounce it in game? Like in the voice acting?
Yeah.
Because I see that and I instantly go to the Latin, which is Vanitas.
Yeah, when I'm annoyed at him, I call him Vanitas, but yeah, it's Vanitas. Trust me, there are so many times people hear me say Vanitas, and I'm like, it's because I don't even like him enough to say his name correctly. Yeah, it is me just straight up disrespecting the character. I understand what I'm doing.
I do that sometimes too.
We're gonna heal up though, even though he shouldn't hit me much. But in this fight, we're actually gonna completely control him. 100%. We're gonna completely control him and his AI. He's a very warpy boy on a good day. I don't like when he goes warpy boy, so we're just gonna say, hey, why don't you hold still? I wasn't kidding when I said, why don't you just hold still?
Fire! Fire! Fire!
And see, what happens if I let him out is he starts teleporting around. But he gets very teleporty, and later that same trick won't work. It really only works here, but you know what? It's very satisfying sometimes if you've been doing the other runs to just say, sir, hold still.
It's a lot like the final boss in Mass Effect, too, where you're just like, get up in the air, and now I damage you.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, it's even more satisfying in the Ventus run. You get to put him to sleep. And the entire strat is you just stand there and hold him asleep while Mickey does all the damage. It's fantastic. It is so satisfying. Again, he's very annoying. He's gonna be more annoying yet still in this run. But we got to have that moment. This is bad volleyball. Or fruit ball. It's bad volleyball. We have to win this minigame.
This is something I vaguely remember.
If I do this right, I get a handbrake here in a second. Which is most important when we're talking about like the All Stories run, where you're doing all three back to back. Then every little handbrake is really appreciated.
Action games like this do tend to be hard on your hands.
Yeah, I mean, this one's not like the most spammy of games that like, but any moment I can like take a second, have a break from my hands, grab a drink of water, you know, I'm pretty much a fan. But we're gonna get our score up to 15 before I take a break. It's kind of a safety number. I've done it before where I've stopped at 10. This is a marathon. I would rather not have it suddenly laugh in my face because I was, you know, taking more of a break. It's besides, I have to wait out the timer no matter what. We're gonna be here for another, you know, minute and a half. I just want this pineapple because it disrespected me. Alright. So we're gonna start seeing it, like, do its own thing here for a moment. Alright. Water. Water is our friend. I live in the desert. Water is really my friend.
I am sufficiently familiar because of where my mom lives. You need to go through a lot of water in the desert.
I need a better water bottle for my new job, but I get to that point. I'm really thinking about taking in my good next couple days. I'm just standing here. As you can see, they aren't very good at scoring even when I'm doing absolutely nothing. This is why I usually stop at 10, and I'm fine. But I've also seen them get up to like 15, and I've had to wake up and hit some buttons.
Now, see, if this was a Mario crossover, then you'd be able to have Luigi win by doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah. But the AI is not particularly smart when it comes to fruit ball. Yeah, there you go. They just hit 10. Yeah. Oh, look, they even hit 11. I'd care, but they're not going to score another, 5 points.
That settles that.
This is the other reason why I picked Aqua instead of doing a Ventus run right now. That there's a cutscene there if on my profile if I do Ven, because there's a save file for Terra and Aqua. If it detects the other ones, there's an extra cutscene that kind of connects the 3 stories again. And I like less cutscenes.
So do
It's
I.
like, I mean, we're gonna skip it anyway, but it's still like one less thing I have to do.
That note,
So
I will
it
be right
saves,
back.
like,
I have tacos.
You go have tacos. We're gonna do this forced fight. Fire! A lot of our strats right now are, yes, magnet, fire, magnet, fire. I'd feel bad, but it's effective. It's kind of, at this point in the game, no matter which story you're doing, it's kind of a common strat. It's kind of one of those, welcome to Birth by Sleep. There's a lot of similar strats between the 3 runs, because if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? Please actually skip. My controller loves to drop inputs, and it's partially because it's plugged into my PC, so you guys get to see the interactivity. It's my own fault. I'm well aware what the problem is, and I'm not gonna change it. That's not what I wanted to use there, but it'll work. So the best thing with 10 rounds here is going to be all how you want to manage your commands. We really wanted Fish and Firaga for that guy. I oopsed. We'll do a couple attacks sometimes to save time, but overall the goal is to just get through these as quickly as possible. I actually struggled a little bit with these the first time I was doing them in my casual playthrough, just because I wasn't always used to going as fast as possible. And so I had a couple of them like this one, where you have 15 seconds to defeat these 3 guys. I did not have a really good setup for defeating them quickly. And yeah, it's definitely a thing. And then here's my, everybody knows my favorite enemy right there. Mandrakes. Magnet did him in.
I think seeing that particular fight there against the Mandrakes jogged my memory about other runs I've seen where it's like,
yeah,
you just put the Mandrakes up and you don't want them to fall because then they're really annoying.
Yeah. So the thing with Mandrakes, let's just talk about real quick why I hate Mandrakes. The thing with Mandrakes is they have a couple specific attacks. One of the ones that you run into the most often is their attack that they're doing while you're far away from them, which is the the range attack. It hurts, and it's annoying because it causes you to stagger. Sorry, I was trying to line that up. And so yeah, okay, Mandrake's annoying. Yeah, whatever. The problem I really run into is when you get closer to Mandrakes, they pop up out of the ground and they can do this other attack that causes you to be confused. When you get confused in this game, it means that your directionals get swapped. It's one of my favorite things when you talk to people who do Link to the Past randomized, is they allow crowd control and they flip their D-pad and everybody goes, what? Yeah, that. And this one, it's you don't know how long you're going to be confused for. It's not a set amount of time. It's you're confused for... Think about when you're playing Pokemon and you're, confused for some number of turns. Yeah. So that's partial. That's why I hate Mandrakes. They just drive me crazy. And they're hardy little things. They don't go down the super easy. They take a moment.
No, this is not critical mode, by the way.
No, this is beginner. We would be talking about a whole list of other strats if it was critical, but yeah, it is beginner. Also, I am glad that you have internet again. I was happy to fill in and help you out. I'm glad that you have internet, though. That is far more important. Okay, This is not where I go shopping. This is not where I go shopping, Alphena. Do not go shopping. Okay. Yes, I do have to yell at myself all the time because sometimes I will do my shopping early right there, and then I have problems later. It evens out because I'm not horrible at the game, but makes things slow. Alright. Alec, can you say these things with me? Gotcha, take that.
Sure. I got some taco in my mouth, but sure.
It's fine, we're gonna be sitting here for a minute just listening to gotcha, take that. It's great. That, yeah, you guys think I'm joking.
Take that, gotcha, take that, gotcha, take that, gotcha.
Yeah.
But it's probably desynced on the stream, but who cares?
It's great. I hate this part. The more time you take to try to target her shots, the more you're probably actually gonna miss, and the actually slower this takes. So you'll see me lock onto something at the beginning to get myself aimed in the right direction, and then I just kind of am shooting blindly. It works better. It's not even joking. Feel the heat.
On the other hand, I am very much not annoyed. Because I have tacos.
I don't have tacos.
Well, you should fix that.
I prefer feel the heat. Come on. Actually, I will be having fried rice after.
That is also very good.
So you don't have to kill enemies with the ability to level them up. You purely just have to have them equipped. So whether you're using D-Link or if you're doing other things, because especially you'll see in some of the other runs, not Aqua's, other than when we were grinding with Mickey, you do see it a lot more in the other runs where we'll grind up the abilities by using Aqua's D-Link or Ven's. Oh my gosh, but we did that also with Mickey's. Listen here, you last little snots. Oh wait, this marathon's not PG. You little bitches!
I'm so used to not swearing in marathons that it's just become a habit.
I know! And that's when my brain clicked and was like, you don't have to not swear. And I went, I can call them what they are. I'm sorry, you run this enough, and you get so tired of that little spot that it's like, I just hate it. Because those last ones that you're trying to finish off there are just the hardest ones to get to hit. Any lock-on does nothing to help you out. Trying to do the cool movement tech to the fight makes it actually worse. It just makes you feel good, even though it's incredibly slow.
Taco percent is because I am currently eating tacos while commentating this run. All of it was an emergency and thrown together at the last minute because another runner's internet was down.
Yep. So this right here is the fight that I usually am mad at myself about shopping early, because then I won't have magnets anymore once we go shopping here soon. And well, while all of these enemies, it's not a big deal. We're gonna have an enemy here in a second. These guys, these little big dudes. The reason it's very, very annoying to not have magnets when fighting them is they're actually bombs. I know, that's not what you expected bombs to look like, but they are. So there's only so many hits that you can do before they decide to explode. And holding them still, all of the damage that they take while they're being in magnets does not count towards hits that causes them to explode. So that gives us the chance to get all of our XP and everything off of them. But that was fun. Let's say goodbye to a bunch of stuff. So all of this, because I'm trying to get strats to work in my favor, that I don't have to grab some other stuff. We didn't get any ignite drops though, which is a little frustrating. It's fine. I'm not going to use ignite, and I can hear the Kingdom Hearts community currently looking at me like, Alphena, it's fine. Don't worry about it. They'll yell at me later, I'm sure. Somehow Pest will find out and be like, Alphena, why are you like this? Oh, come on. Okay. Low gravity jumping is not a fun time. I pretend like it is, but it's not. But it's fine. We're just gonna go over here and we're gonna beat up on Gantu, and it's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it.
See how you like this?
This run at least was mildly derusted because I had it ready for the bid war on Saturday, but that was also when Alphena had sleep.
Something sleep is for the weak.
Something new job, so I'm having to completely change my sleep schedule. I have to go from I was waking up at like 9:30 every day to I have to be at work by 8. And so
Yeah.
I'm also dealing with the anxiety of, oh my gosh, I missed my alarm, I'm late, and so I keep waking up throughout the night so I don't actually get like actual sleep.
I hate that. That always happens to me when I have to change my sleep schedule. And I'm going to have to do that for this fall because I got some classes coming up at 8 a.m.
Hey, I need you to do me a favor, Alec.
Yeah.
When I start talking about getting ready for tornadoes, please remind me that I do not have a cure.
Okay.
That means I'll be approaching my last chance to get one, and I kinda need one. I am not gonna pretend that I am so good at this game that I can get away without a heal. Okay, but anyway, this is Zach. We're mostly trying to avoid him and do damage by casting fire, because again, our best stat is magic, so the more magic we can cast, better. We're a little low on magic haste, so that's why I kind of have to sometimes wait for commands to come off cooldown. Not a big deal. At the moment, no cures. We will have a cure going into final fights, which is the only time I need it anyway. As long as Alec doesn't let me forget.
What?
Yeah, it's great. So this is the Hades fight. So I'm gonna surprise everybody. Hades is actually extremely weak to fire.
All yours, Frosty.
I know, you're asking yourself, what? Isn't he on fire? We know. But yet he is still extremely weak to fire. Why the devs decided that was a good idea, I don't know. I guess they were like, nobody will see it coming. But hey, Hades is weak to fire. The only thing is Hades can decide to go immune. We know he's immune because his hair will turn red. Like that? Like that. We just gotta wait until he's blue again. Fine. Yeah, fight fire with fire. I don't... It gives us time for our commands to come off cooldown too, which is great. Oh! And yeah, he can basically kind of do this at will. And it usually does take a second for me to process that he's gone immune. Oh, come on! There is a little bit of a trick to this. It helps to have all of your magic haste. I'm kind of to blame for my magic haste. I don't think I ever equipped the treasure trove keyblade when I was supposed to. But, whatever. I never get this many invulnerabilities. This is my own fault.
Oh, hey, sometimes we play with fire, you get burned, eh?
Indeed. Okay. I think we're going to be looking at a good 110 right now for our timing, which is making me happy. Alright. So, now we're going to go to Neverland, and I'm going to pick up the Fyraga chest because I did dumb things. Don't ask questions. So everybody else, I swear, when they go to Neverland, Ben and Tara, they have these like really interesting little stories, and it feels like you're going to an objective, and it's really, really kind of a nice time here in Neverland. And then there's Aqua. I kid you not, her goal is going to be run around the island. Basically, you're chasing this treasure. Peter Pan is leading you and the other Lost Boys on a journey to find some treasure. It's gonna be where we started. But we gotta go run around the island in a circle real quick. I can't even make this up. So we're gonna get some help from Tinkerbell. There's these little gold orbs, and we're gonna jump on them. It's gonna make us jump up higher. I have nothing. Oh, get away from that mandrake! Did I not you know what I didn't? I bet I never equipped. I bet I never equipped high jump. I can't even tell you guys the number of times I've forgotten high jump on, yeah, cute. Time Splicer, you do not need it. I don't pick it up very often. I just think my money is a little tight right now, so I'm grabbing it to make sure that I can get a cure. Alright, so now that we've run around in a circle, not even really joking here, we're back here where you remember we were before. Oh, nope, wrong button. I just want that. Okay. And then we'll end up selling that Time Splicer to make sure we have enough money for cure. Be fine. Sometimes, especially when people are learning this run, I recommend having cure equipped for this fight. So when I talked about manipulating the AI, we're starting to see some of that in play here. One of the things you'll notice I'm doing is in between each attack, I'm cartwheeling at least once. It helps encourage him to try to attack us, which gives us a second to... gives us a chance to get a cast off in between. And not run into some of his other attacks. When he goes underground, you would think, oh, you just have to wait for him to decide he wants to come back up. We're gonna use a heal.
Too slow.
But instead, we're gonna use another trick when he decides to go underground, if he's going to go underground. There you go. No? Yes? No?
Too slow. Pathetic. See ya. Darkness waits.
There he goes. So when he goes underground, what we do is we cartwheel over him underground. He usually does that twice, so I was waiting for it.
See ya.
Because what he's trying to do is catch up to you, so if you basically cartwheel over him,
Gotcha.
he will immediately come back underneath.
See ya. Pathetic.
That's what I mean by manipulating the AI. There he goes. Wasn't he so much better when we could just, you know, hold him still?
Yeah, a lot better.
See ya. Suffer. There's no escape.
You gonna go again? No? Only one? Okay. He usually, like I said, he usually likes to do his dive twice. I'm never gonna complain when he decides not to. Fine. There's a couple reasons I don't really do physical attacks while waiting on ability cooldowns, especially like in fights with Vanitas where I really can't afford to get hit. Physical attacks open me up to get hit, whereas running around doesn't. With Hades, physical attacks encourage him to go into his invulnerability more often. So things like that you kind of run into different times. There's a lot of physical attacks you don't want to do. If you can get the blade charge attacks off, sometimes they're worth it. For me, 99% of the time, they lead to me dying. So yeah, that's why, especially when you see me running, you're not going to see physical attacks. Yeah.
Kind of surprised they haven't changed it from taco percent. By the way, I have finished my tacos.
Nice, nice.
They were excellent.
All right, so we're heading into final. This is our last world here, so we're coming up on the end. We gotta go do tornado. Skip the cutscene. Okay.
Are tornadoes first? Or
Tornadoes are first,
so get cute.
and then the shop.
Okay.
Tornadoes, then the shop. Tornadoes in the shop. Tornadoes in the shop. Tornadoes in the shop.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Like I said,
Alright, so-
I'm not terribly familiar with this game.
No, you're fine. You're helping me keep it in my brain. Alright, so these are tornadoes. Now, ideally, we don't want to get picked up by any single tornado. So you're going to see me get really close to them. Uh-oh. We got caught. Because it didn't transfer. Normally, I can make this look easy. I think I got a little too close. It's okay, I'm well aware of what I'm doing. These are not fights that you can run from. They happen to me when I'm having a bad day. I emphasize again, I really have not slept. We're gonna go ahead and use a blade charge here. It's gonna do good damage. So in these tornadoes, which is why this is why we don't want to do them, is because we're fighting basically powered up versions of all of the things that we've been fighting the whole way. Yes, I'm not gonna even joke with you guys. You can find powered up mandrakes in here.
Fun.
We're using blade charge as much as I can because it's a little bit more reliable on these pots. Because they're a little bouncy. And as you guys can tell, we don't do as much damage to these as we would want to. Because again, they're powered up versions. You can completely manipulate tornadoes so that you don't catch any. But, again, when I'm tired, Aqua's movement is the hardest of any of them. So with Aqua's movement, you've got to get just slightly closer, but also just slightly farther away on each tornado. Again, this game was created for the PSP. So there's limitations. So for the way that it works is only one tornado can be active at a time, and usually it's whatever one is considered to be closest to you. So you kind of manipulate which one is closest to you, and then help force it to switch.
Makes sense.
So that's gonna add probably about a minute on our time. And now, the biggest part for me is getting out of tornadoes without getting spun around. So normally you just kind of dance in their little dust right there, and it looks about as clean as the rest of that did. That's how it usually goes. Yeah, at least Command XP, except for at this point, Command XP doesn't matter. I'm gonna buy Kira. I know, I could have bought a Kiraga, except it's got a really long cooldown. No, not high potions, thank you. We're also gonna switch to the Pixie Petal, which has more magic. I know, everybody is surprised that we're gonna do more magic.
I didn't even have to remind you.
Because we were talking, you know, tornadoes and shopping and tornadoes and shopping. And that's what my brain was on. So I definitely lost about a minute to that going sideways, but this is fine. We're gonna be underestimate, I'm sure. Should not take 5 minutes for the final fights. So now Braig also likes to warp around because, you know, that's what he do. And he tries to shoot us, and I'm basically gonna try and tell him no as much as possible. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Okay. And that's why we picked Kira. Right there.
Low level, low HP, suddenly max.
I mean, still not, but yeah. So when he starts teleporting around a lot like that, you know he's about to do his DM. There is a way to knock him out of it. I'm very bad at it. The majority of the goal in this fight is to do damage as quick as possible, take as little damage as possible. You know, you do what you can. We're going to, however, cheat, get full health, because, reasons.
Just imagine how much
Alright.
that fight would suck if the magic didn't come back and hit him when it missed. It was just like straight shots only.
It doesn't always come back and hit him. It's a there's a curve to it, and it's if he teleports in the right spot, it helps, which is part of why we kind of teleport in a circle. So this is the last fight, and this is why I went ahead and used the D-Link right before we came into this. Is because we have Mickey, and anybody who is paying attention remembers that now we can't use D-Link. Mickey's gonna keep trying to use this ability, says let's team up. We don't want to team up. It does very little damage and takes a lot of time. So really, we just kind of want to keep avoiding Vanitas the best we can. Hope Mickey doesn't decide that he wants to let's team up while we're cartwheeling around. We'll go ahead and use that heal while we can. Mickey will sometimes run up right next to you and go, let's team up. And you're like, Mickey, I really did not want to do that.
I knew that had to be a thing as soon as you explained all of that.
Yeah, because the button that you use to let's team up is the same button you're using for cartwheeling. Mickey, don't do this to me, you know.
Of course it is. Why wouldn't it?
Of course it is. I've had Mickey do let's team up so many times while he's doing this under the ground thing where we're trying to cartwheel over him. And the rules are the same as in our last Vanitas fight, where we're trying to at least cartwheel once in between each attack to keep inspiring him to keep doing certain specific attacks. I will also take every heal I can get, whether I need it that much right now or not, if it's a little heal or a big heal. I have learned to stop trying to wait on my heals. For PBs, yeah, I will wait and use it at the right moment. For marathons, that's when I die every single time. Yeah, we're trying to avoid that dashing attack. It's not perfect, but... And that's time.
GG.
Ooh. Sorry, I usually try to call better on it. I usually go, hey, it's the last fight. That's the best I can do. Because you're never sure when that last hit's gonna hit.
No, I know that feeling. It's the same for Mass Effect, honestly. Like,
Oh
you're
my
shooting
gosh.
him, and it's like, which one's gonna hit?
The worst one, I think, is actually Ven's last hit, because you're using a very specific ability that can miss. And so you're waiting to go, did I get it? Did I get it? Did I get it? Okay, it worked. Versus the, okay, it's doing the animation for the attack, and oh, it missed. All right, hold on, I gotta do this all again. Hold on. And it's a... There's a reason that Ven is the one I don't like doing very often.
You're just wasting your energy.
Yeah,
But
that was the troll pick in the first limit break, like I mentioned early. The runner really did not want to run Ventus, so Religion was just like, okay, I'm going to donate for Ventus, and then a whole bunch of us got in on it.
nobody wants... Honestly, like, the level of, like, what people want to run, depending on a couple little things that's going to be unique to each runner, it's either you want to run Aqua or you want to run Terra, and that's your top pick. And then, depending which one of those is your top pick, the other one is your second pick, and then Ven. Me personally, I will always want to run Terra and then Aqua.
Well, that's what you got to do here.
So, thank you guys again for having me as a quick fill-in to help get Ism's internet back. I'm glad I was able to step in and help out.
And, yeah, hopefully you enjoyed, yeah,
Ramble
no problem
percent?
sticking around for anything. Yeah.
Ramble Taco percent.
Yeah. Taco
So
Tuesday.
if you guys are ever interested in running Birth by Sleep, feel free to reach out. I'm always happy to help give you guys pointers in the right direction and get you connected with the right resources. And I'm going to give a very, very special shout out to Alec for being willing to join me when I was like, hey, I see you in chat. You want to come hang out?
Yeah, we've known each other for a while, but this is not a game I know, as I made obvious said multiple times. But I'm good with it. It's whatever.
It was fun.
It was.
You guys should all go follow Alec. He does really cool Mass Effect and Sonic runs.
I mean, I'm thinking I might make at least one tutorial. Definitely for the game I almost ran now. Probably for Mass Effect as well. I'm not sure yet though.